One of the other things that I explore in weight loss is I do some general lab testing, but I make sure that included the vitamin D, as I talked to before, but in the thyroid testing for hypothyroidism, but also the fasting glucose or blood sugars, include an insulin level on that too, because what happens when you get into early diabetes, your insulin level goes up high before your glucose level will be normal, but you can pick up early type 2 diabetes because the insulin level goes up before it's becoming resistant to handling the sugars. So it's taking more and more insulin your body's making to try to hold to handle the sugar that you're eating. So there's things that we test, and hardly anybody ever tests an insulin level when I go to the doctor, and it's so critical. And I pick out a lot of people, and then if I have any kind of suspicion, I go ahead and do an A1C. The cost of an A1C is not really that much money, and A1C, it takes the average of all your red blood cells over 90 days that are filtered through the kidney, and so it's a test that takes the average of your whole blood sugar level. So, and it comes back in a level, and usually the upper norm is 5.9 on that. They're wanting to try to lower it to 5.5 or 5.6 to be your upper level, but your A1C is not supposed to be over 5.9, or as soon as you're over that, you're getting into insulin resistance, you're getting into early type 2 diabetes. When I joined the fellowship program, I learned about metabolic syndrome, which has to do with your type 2 diabetes, and and how important the liver was, and detoxification, and all the things the body makes to make it function, the antioxidants it makes, like glutathione and alpha lipoic acid. And I was never taught anything about that, and we're still never taught anything about it. But our body makes and uses these substances to be antioxidants, to tie up the free radicals, to get rid, to protect us, to help us to live. And we're taking in a bunch of bad stuff through plastics and environment and our foods and preservatives, that we're overloading our body, that it can't produce the antioxidants, it can't produce the things to fight all the free radicals that are made from these products that cause us to have illnesses. So a lot of this causes hypothyroidism, I'm sure causes cancer. At least 90% of all the cancers are caused by environmental factors. We know that, and it may be higher than that. We're always worried about genetics and everything, but we don't get worried about what we take in, what we breathe, what we eat, what we're working with. So the bottom line, then I started learning about metabolic, and now my level's 5.9. I'm off metformin. I dropped 30 pounds. I learned how to do HCG diet. I never thought I could diet in my life, but I like the HCG diet. That was very controversial, because I believe this guy in Lake Tahoe, when I went to him on vacation, because I don't have time to go to the doctor because I was working all the time. But I went to him and he said, you just really need to lose the weight, and this is the easiest way to do it. And it kind of, he used the word tricks your body, but HCG is a female hormone but it makes you burn your fat. It burns your bad fat storage instead of your protein in your muscle. So then you get more calories when you burn fat. See, because as I told in one of the other talks, you get 9 calories per mole of fat, where it's only 4 calories if you burn protein or sugar. So you get a lot more energy. So it was the only diet I've ever been on I was able to feel better on, feel okay, and do for 40 days, and lost 30 pounds. And getting that jump start really helped me, because I was addicted to sugar. And like I was saying, it takes about 3 weeks to get over that addiction. Your body, when you quit feeding all that bacteria in there, they're dying off. So I learned about putting good bacteria in your system. I learned about drinking the water. I learned about antioxidants, extra antioxidants to take into weight loss programs. And a lot of the weight loss specialists that I've learned from, they detox people before they ever put them on a diet. They give them supplements, that alpha lipoic acid and N-acetylcysteine, and make sure your body is tied up all the free radicals it can, get rid of all of them. Is what we call phase 2, is when you excrete all the bad stuff in your system, and it's in your fat. So a lot of times our fat has a bunch of stuff that it holds in there to protect us from it. So if we can get rid of all the bad things in our fat cells, then we're able to lose the fat cells, because they're there to protect us a lot of time. They're there for fat storage to help us to survive, like the bear to survive through the winter. So we're the same way. So it's all about learning your body and learning what's in it and what the problem is and what you need to do to take care of the problem.